Hi everyone, Marin here for lawnfawn. I am super happy to be back with this trio of quick and easy to make back to school cards. Quick because for once I am not using a bunch of images, and easy because of the simple design. So let's check out what we need to make those cards. We have Simply Celebrate Graduation. For the board, the stars, the speech bubbles, and the word yay. Simply Celebrate Critters for the cats, mice, and bunnies, and also for You Are the Best and You Are So Awesome. Simply Celebrate More Critters for We're Here to Say You're Amazing and We All Agree. We have the small heart from So Damn Much. The greeting is from 3 before and afters. I am going to make 3 names with the Henry's ABCs dies, and I purposely chose short names to fit the boards, but here's the second option. You can use whatever alphabet stamp set you like to create longer names. For the card base, I am going to use the larger stitched square stackable die and the larger outside-in stitched square stackable die, the smallest everyday sentiment banner die for my greetings, and I picked the rainbow papers from the Gleeful Gradients 6x6 paper pack. So there is not a lot of coloring to do today. I stamped 3 boards, 3 long speech bubbles with hearts and the critters. I stamped those images using lawnfawn jet black ink. I also cut 3 sets of Gleeful Gradients panels that I will layer and stick just like so. And as always, I am going to use my Ohuhu markers and my graphite brush markers to color everything. When I am done with the coloring, I always like to add highlights and details to my images. I always use a Sakura white gel pen, it is the number 8. And I always cut that part of my videos because most of the time I have my head right above the images, blocking the view. But this time it looks like I behaved well. And since today's video is shorter than what I usually do, I decided to keep this white highlight section. It's always a fun process, and in my opinion, it instantly gives life and more interest to the images. Next, I quickly assembled my 3-card bases, sticking each small panel to a big one using 1mm foam tape. And then I am going to stick the images on each card, the long speech bubble at the top, the board in the middle and the critters right above it, leaving enough space at the bottom for a banner. I am using 1mm foam squares to attach everything, and I will use one of the markers I used to color the board frame to color the white border below the critters to make the whole thing kind of seamless. So now I am going to stamp 3 identical greetings. I cut 3 slim everyday sentiment banners out of Guava, fake tan and tight pull cardstock. I am starting with the pink banner. I put it back in its negative spot and secured it with washi tape at the back. I am using my powder bag to make the paper anti-static. This will help the embossing powder to stay just on the ink. So I am stamping my greeting with lawnfawn clear embossing ink, and I will not remove the stamps from the door of my MISTI. I am going to sprinkle white embossing powder on the ink, and then I am melting and setting the powder with the help of my heat gun. Next I am going to repeat those steps on the orange and blue banners. I kept the pink negative piece of paper and I am sticking the blue banner in that banner spot. And since I didn't remove the stamps from my MISTI, I can easily stamp and heat emboss that second greeting. I will do the same for the last one, and then attach each banner on a card using 1 mm foam squares. Now let's add a name to the board. As I was saying at the beginning, I purposely chose short names to fit each board with die-cut letters, but the lawnfawn alphabet stem sets are just perfect to create longer names that you can stamp and or hit emboss on your board. So the name here is Ines. I cut the letters twice, out of white cardstock and out of holographic cardstock. I am going to stick each holographic letter to a white letter using liquid glue, shifting the holographic letters a little bit to get a nice white border on the edges. And then I will stick those letters to the board using liquid glue again. So here we have our 3 cards. The other names I chose are Lola and Enzo. And before I call them totally done, I added stars and a yay on each board using lawnfawn Yeti ink. This ink gives the perfect chalky effect on those blackboards. It is very cute. And now these are all done. Super quick and easy to put together. And whoever you may recreate this for, your children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, your neighbor's kids, etc. I think these will make someone happy on a very special day, such as the first day of the school year. Thank you so much for stopping by and for watching this video. Have a very nice day and see you next time. Bye!